So today's video is actually one that I never thought I'd have to make, and not one that I want to make, but it appears I've been sold a dream and it's turning out to be a nightmare. Before I talk about exactly what's behind me and what's going on, we need to go back.
It's story time. So almost 3 years ago, I revealed my plans to take my 600 brake horsepower Mark III Seat Leon Cupra to the next level. Having set the record for the fastest manual Mark III Seat Leon Cupra, I decided it was time to go all out and convert the Cupra to four-wheel drive. But not only that, I had my sights set on building the world's first R32 3.2 litre VR6 turbo-powered Cupra. And to do this, I'd need a donor car. And the Blue Devil, which later became the box, was purchased. But after the initial excitement, work on the car barely started. Even with me pushing, it seemed the project just wasn't getting off the ground. And then, nothing. But never once did it seem that you guys had forgot about it, with messages on Instagram and YouTube below unrelated videos and posts constantly asking what's happening with the Cupra. And rightfully so, but frustratingly, things were out of my hands. Almost 2 years from the Cupra's new plans being shared, I attempted to restart the real push to get the car back on track. But this time, the idea was to come back with a bang, and we decided to go crazier than our previous plans, setting the bar even higher with the new spec that would utilise an R36 3.6 litre engine from an R36 Passat and shoot for the sky power-wise. And with all the parts to really get the build going and a new video revealing the plans, it seemed the now R36 Turbo Cupra build was really underway. A follow-up video was made this January, where we showed the build's progress and the built engine was mated to the car for the first time. Things were looking promising, but a short time after, for some reason, progress slowed back down and then pretty much stopped. And this is what you don't know. After 2 years, begrudgingly, I decided it was time to take the car elsewhere, as I needed this build to come to fruition, not only for me, but to all the viewers I had promised the world to. So the car was taken out of Devil Developments and to a new workshop with someone I trusted at the time. And although things seemed fairly positive at the beginning and some progress seemed to be happening, I feel this is truly where the real problems started. Today, I won't be mentioning any names or trying to throw anyone under the bus. However, terrible communication, many missed deadlines, convenient hold-ups and straight-up lies have had my head all over the place these last few months. And it all boiled over just a few weeks ago, 2 days before the car was promised to be complete and ready for its mapping session, when apparently my Syvex ECU had blown and mapping now wouldn't be possible, letting me down once again and also wasting the tuner's time. Enough was enough. It was time to get over and get the car, and imagining it would be ready minus a faulty ECU, this is actually where things got worse.
So then we arrived at the workshop pretty much the day the car was actually meant to be ready for mapping. I'd had enough at this point, so I linked up with my boy, James. And it's quite interesting that we got James here because I'll talk about this a little bit more, but he has actually been here from the beginning of this Cupra R36/R32 journey, which surprisingly we also have the box over there, which was the donor car for this. But essentially we got to the workshop and I was expecting to see a more complete car than I actually saw on a day, and it was actually pretty disheartening to see the car the way and state it was in.
It was just up in the air like some scrap.
Yeah.
The whole front was off, wheels were off. I don't know how it was supposed to be ready for tuning. Me
and James managed to get the car back. Car's got no brakes on it. As you see, you know, we've got the wheel chocks in, you know, we've got the... It's in a state, and I'm gonna open the bonnet, I'm gonna show you around the car, I'm gonna go into more detail, but it's in a state now where it's left me thinking, do I even want to continue this? It's just in such a state and so far from being ready.
And it's taken so long, hasn't it?
And it's almost... It's
just time, really.
It's taken back steps.
And money.
Money,
yeah.
Like the amount of money I've got in this car is absolutely crazy. And for it to be sitting here looking like this, in this condition, is just like, honestly, it's not the video I want to make, you know? Like, with all of my cars, I tell you I'm gonna do something and I do it. I always follow through. And I promise you, this is no lie, I have been trying for the last 3 years to make this car come to fruition. to become that car that I promised you it would become. What I do want to do before I pop this bonnet, and this is what kills me even more too. I had put such cool things in place to show you guys and surprise you guys, but the car was never in a position, it had never got further enough along the build process to actually show you this and do a video. Because like, I spent so much money on what I'm about to show you. And I wanted it to be such a cool video. I had it in my head, you know, we put like, as a YouTuber, content creator, we plan these things out. Let me just pop the bonnet. Let me pop the bonnet real quick. Like, this is what I've been left with. I can't even open the boot. I can't even open the boot because it's literally, it's an electric boot and we've got no power. But everything is just tossed into the back, and trust me, like, look at this. Look at the car, man. It's, man. But you know what? The story starts here, because for those of you who know what that is, it might be a clue to what's going on. Oh man, look at this, I can't even. It might be a clue to what's going on here under the bonnet. So hopefully, oh my God. This car looks like it's been in a car crash, bro. That's how mad it is. I can't even, right, cool. All right, boom. All right, gone. So, this is what we're looking. Let's see if James can find the bonnet. Go on, pressure.
Boy, I'm just gonna.
Go on. You got it. There you go. There you pass. You pass. So, guys, what you're looking at here is actually a KOTOUC billet 7-speed custom-built sequential gearbox for the Cupra. I actually ordered this box this time last year. It was November last year. Massive shout out to KOTOUC, because they've been, this is the other thing, like I've got a duty to shout out and like properly promote the companies that support me and work with me, and I haven't been able to have that chance for a year. It's basically based on a DQ500, but it's a manual sequential version of it, which is crazy, right? That obviously has a custom bell housing that meets up to the R36 block. This is the dream box, and I got it, and I was so happy when I got it. To basically see the car still sat in this state and me not be able to actually show you this box in the light that I wanted to show you kills me, because I had so much, like, guys, you know what I mean? It's sequential, man. We went sequential. It's like, as I say, a massive shout out to KOTOUC. The box will do, I think it's 219 mile an hour, so we can do the half-mile runs in it, but we geared it so you only have to do 4 gear changes within the quarter mile. Yeah, it just completely ruined the surprise. I mean, you see what I had set up for this car, but this is literally how we saw the car on the day, minus the whole front end. No cooling or anything there, no intercooler, like bumper literally hanging on for dear life now. Don't get me wrong, it was pushed into place, but the clips are broke. Just look how tatty it looks, man. Like everything's been chopped away because we were gonna do the twin screamers coming out each side. Everything's been chopped away and it's just been left in a horrible position. I have got loads of my bits left in the back, in the back of the car. That's why like our intake manifold and everything is missing right now. As you see, we've still got our turbo and everything. Like, guys, just look at it, man. I mean, look at this mount here. Look at that. What even is, like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm dealing with. Like, this engine is like, I don't even know, I don't want to swing it too hard, it might fall out.
It needs to be probably taken out and done again. It needs to be double checked.
It needs to be double checked. Everything needs to be double checked. It needs to be taken apart. Why? Like, do you know what? There's another thing I totally forgot. This is how mad it gets. And everything that's happened without me being able to tell you guys, because as I say, it's never got to the point where we're ready to come film like a legendary video, because it's always been a convenient setback or nothing happening. Since you guys last saw this engine was actually built, right? It's still the R36 with all the parts you saw before that are custom made from like Gravitune, is a company that we work with. But basically what happened is, apparently a head stud just broke. And these head studs are super high tensile, and it broke in a position where it couldn't be drilled back out. So that engine actually had to be stripped back down again, completely, and then rebuilt. But before we rebuilt it, I thought, because I was gonna shoot for the stars power-wise, let's put something else in place. And that's when I went ahead and contacted Miguel at Gravitune, and a massive shout out to him because he has been such a good support and help and a wealth of knowledge during this build. But anyway, we went for, I think it's called a billet main cap and girdle setup, which no one really, like, it's very new for the R36s. Some people on big power R32s use it, but it's basically the step above, just like a girdle, a crank girdle, which supports and strengthens the engine. That kit, to make it work with the block, took loads of machining. I'll insert pictures right now. It's literally artwork. Again, loads of money spent. Like, so this engine is being rebuilt again with its new setup. But the mad thing is, realistically, whoever continues now, they'll probably want to strip this engine down to make sure it's right. So what have I been left with? Like, what have I honestly been left with? This is the question here, because like, this was my babe. Like, these seats, like, to tell the truth, they're still looking half decent nick, but you know what I mean? These are like brand new seats, and no, it didn't have that on. I put that on, but just, I don't know, man. Like, come on, man. But anyway, look, a massive shout out to KOTOUC anyway, because we got the sequential in there, and that's a heavy hitting, big bit of kit. I'd love to open the back and show you what's in the back, but I don't even know how the boot was open. It must have just been left open. But unfortunately now, it doesn't open. We've been left with, you know, pretty much a bit of a hacked up, half done job. And do you know what's crazy? Anyone who knows what the last video was of this car, tell me this doesn't look like we've taken 10 steps back. Like, I don't even understand it.
Progress, if you can even call it that, has been frustratingly slow. Literally 1 step forward and 2 steps back. And believe me when I say, there's loads more to this story that at this time, I don't feel needs to be said. What I've been left with should be an advert of how not to treat someone's build. The passion and optimism we have for our cars, unfortunately, some garages and builders just don't share. And if there's people out there willing to treat me and my builds like this, knowing my platform, just imagine what they try and get away with someone who hasn't got a reach to warn others of being mistreated. And as much as we don't like to think it, this kind of stuff actually happens more commonly than you'd think. So be aware and be careful when taking leaps of faith within what can be a minefield of garages. But before we tell you what's next for the Cupra,
let's have a little bit of fun with this, yeah? Let's just pause this for a second, spin it round to James, because quite interestingly, I thought you'd been watching my videos. As a good friend, you should have been watching my videos, yeah? But the last time you saw this car, would have probably been, well, it was the last time we was down at, I think it was Devil Developments, basically telling everyone what we were about to do.
Yeah.
You don't know what's been done to that car. I said, wait into the camera. Literally, you was like, what are you gonna do? Like, scrap it and just sell it or what? I was like, bro, no.
I've had it for like 3 years now.
Yeah, bro, it's been that long. And the crazy thing is, come over here, let's have a little bit of fun over here, because the crazy thing is about this car, it's got ya. It's done exactly what it was meant to do. This we call the box sleeper now. When you knew it, it was the Blue Devil, right? The Blue Devil. Essentially, this has been on a journey, this car, right?
I'm a subscriber, I just don't.
Bro, you're meant to watch all of my videos.
I rate your thing, I just don't, cars just don't.
Because I was waiting so long for that car to be ready, we thought, we've got this, and because we've never used any of the parts out of it, it's a full car, let's turn lemons into lemonade, and let's do a budget turbo build series.
Right.
So, bro, in 1/5 of the time it's taken for that car to be ready, I've taken it to a company called Vara Technic, Sound Boys, wicked little kind of sub-series that we're running, and we turboed this car, bro.
I didn't know that you was doing that.
Yeah,
I thought you just got this car just to put the engine in there.
Yeah, well, that was why we done it.
So was it because that one was taking so long, you say, you know what, let me just do this one up?
Yeah, 100%. So we kind of went on a journey of just seeing how cheap we could turbo it.
Yeah.
So we turboed it, had some jokes, blew the engine
So how
up.
cheap did you do it?
Yeah, that was it.
No, how cheap?
Essentially, if you was to do it yourself, I think it was about £3,500.
Crypto doing nice.
What we've done now is this has got a fully built engine, bro.
Okay.
Go around, open that door. All right, cool. So you've seen Fast and Furious,
What am I doing, getting in?
You can, yeah. Have you seen Fast and Furious, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
All right, cool. So look in that glove box, yeah?
Wait, what is it?
All right, you ready?
What's that? Oh, okay. I've never seen that before. What are these, like the speed that you, what are they?
This car's no joke, my bro. Now they are a bunch of boost gauges, essentially. Boost gauges and all different other gauges to monitor what's going on with the engine. Generally seen in fast cars, right? Because you want to monitor a lot. What are you saying?
Yeah, so what, you have like a booster button?
Say that again?
You have a booster button? What are these?
All right, let's not focus too much on those gauges. Let's open the bonnet. So
You're so excited to show me.
I am, bro.
You're so, okay.
Who's that?
Yeah,
You don't know what you're looking at.
It's the engine, isn't it?
How much power do you reckon think this car makes now? Do you remember you drove it before and it made 230 brake horsepower?
It didn't move before. It
didn't move. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, because you actually drove it
it's crap.
from where we bought it to Devil Developments.
It lost horses. It was dead.
How much power would you estimate
What was
that
it
this car?
before?
230-ish, I think. 240 maybe?
Oh, I don't even know what numbers are anymore.
So would you...
Give me an idea, what was your Porsche?
My Porsche?
Yeah, just give me an idea.
It's 1100.
So this is, if this is keeping up with supercars, then I'm gonna
Hang
say...
on, but hang on, my Porsche is a highly
yeah,
tuned
I
car.
hear you.
Don't worry about that.
All right, cool.
The average supercar is about 600 brake horsepower.
Oh, okay, that takes away my 800 guess then. All right, I'm gonna say 750.
It's bloody close, it's 700.
Yeah? Okay.
700. Go back and watch the video of me racing supercars. And guys, if you haven't watched the video of me racing supercars and this journey, I'll leave a link to it somewhere up here, or just go find it. It's the Box Sleeper series, and it's a fun series. Anyway, that's enough fun. That is enough fun. I mean, what do we do with the one we're meant to be caring about? The one that looks like it is literally just been wrapped around the lamppost. I'm now left in a position where I've got a car that is in pieces. You know, it's going to take a lot of work, possibly a lot of money, a lot of time to get right. And it's crazy, because if this was any other car that I just bought and it didn't have a deep connection to the channel, I'll be getting rid of this. I just wouldn't even want to kind of be continuing. And that was my mindset when I first picked it up, but I thought about it, and I think you guys, as much as myself, want to see this come to fruition, especially now with our sick gearbox and, you know, how, like, what this can be or what it could become. But the problem is now, it's like, where do you even take something like this? Like, who's going to even want to take this on?
Jay. There's a one place to take this, bro.
I'm thinking what you're thinking, bro. Listen, you really think I'm going to be making a video of this and saying it's the end? This saga will not end. It's just going to get better, because I can't let you down, and I want to see this car roar to life. We're about to create something extremely special. We better go sort ourselves out, because listen, hit that like button. I need that support. Hit that like button, and we're about to do something legendary.
This car has become more than just any other build. It's now my mission. And regardless of the setbacks, this Cupra will be the craziest of its type ever. But to do this, we are seriously going out on a limb to make it happen. There's only one place to take this car. Hit that subscribe button, because the journey is just about to begin.